To wrap up 2025, I need a moment of truth. I think it's important to name the world 2026 correctly, under AGI. Well, I think we're to a certain degree doomed. And who are we? We means those who, just like me, who are currently working in tech industry. I'd like to share some ugly thoughts. I haven't verified them, but I think they're likely to be true. I think what AGI does is that it accelerates this asset concentration process. These days, only a few people can claim themselves to be true owners because they have the infra. They own the capital, they own the platforms, and they own the models. They have this irreversible assets. All others are just like peasants. We just sell our time, cognition. Well, if you are vice president, you probably could also sell some strategies. If you're lower ranked executors, like entry-level engineer and software engineer, scientist, probably are just going to sell strength and training and report type of errand. And this is, we constantly see many directors, vice presidents, even higher up roles got pushed out. My point being is, unless you are the true owner, true asset owners, your role is temporary. We're all conditional tenants because we're not owners. Another ugly thought is that promotion is no longer the bottleneck, but trust is. Every month, every quarter, every year, promotion will keep happening, but I think it inflates. For example, you were a junior scientist and got promoted to senior scientist, and hey, you were senior scientist, you were promoted to staff or principal scientist, but let me ask you this. Do you really get the trust from the owner? Or you're simply promoted because this mechanism exists. Somebody will just have to be promoted. Think about it. These days, this top tier front end big tech corporate will only release a handful of models or systems every year. They don't really need as many commanders, honestly. But people still have to be promoted. Isn't there a chance that you get a title, but you don't get the true trust? So you get the compensation boost, but you're not really the commander in a war room who has a say. You're not the one who make the final call when things go south. I don't know if that's indeed the case. I wish you good luck. I'm not sure if you're going to be happy when you get a better paycheck without trust. That brings me to the last slide here. I think the number of true commanders, they don't really scale with headcount. They scale with how many systems or models the big corporate is building. In AGI, when we train this huge models at scale, the biggest company even cannot really afford a lot of systems every year. So only a few true commanders will really get the trust from the owners to train the models at scale. The others become more and more irrelevant. I think if you are really the capital asset owner, great. You are immune to whatever changes that are happening in the future. If not, but you happen to get the trust from those winners, those asset owners, you are still fine for the moment. For the majority, regardless of your job level, you are just temporarily relevant. In summary, I agree with what most people have been saying. AGI compresses execution. If your job is about running something, report something, you're likely to be replaced in the next 3 to 5 years because this can be automated. And it is also true that AGI amplifies ownership. Unfortunately, I find that we don't really need as many owners or commanders because there aren't as many AGI models. Only a few models that survive the competition will stay. So I think for most of us, looking ahead, we just have to be okay with being irrelevant.